So with the main entree here, main dish.
For the main dish, we have the lamb, and going to the North Fork of Long Island, we chose a Paumanok. Again, it's a blend. It's a blend of red different varietals, 4 different ones again. We have primarily Merlot, which provides a really nice blackberry fruit character. There's some Cabernet Sauvignon, which keeps the wine nice and structured, and then it has a little bit of Cabernet Franc and Petit Verdot, which provides the peppery spice, which is always great for lamb. You always want to look for something with black fruit and peppery spice. Typically that's a Syrah, but in this case I think the Festival Red blend works really well. There are some fairly intense components of this dish as well, like the morel mushrooms, which have quite a nutty, quite a buttery flavor to them. Again, the intensity of the lamb jus, the grassiness of the lamb itself, and all of that is contrasted by this really bright black fruit scented fresh wine from the North Fork of Long Island. Once again, going back to not wanting to sit on top of the food, but really be a nice kind of underscore component behind it. So going back to the tanginess in the nettle puree, now that's a really interesting part of the dish that you're really going to want to highlight and let stand out. So if you were to have a wine that was too alcoholic or too fruity, too over the top, that nettle puree would completely get lost. But in this case, because the wine is a little bit lighter, it already has that nice herbaceous and fresh quality. It's going to complement that tanginess in the sauce instead of being something that sits on top. So for the red, like I had said before, the main varietal in this is going to be the Merlot, and Merlot has always a very nice black fruit character, always very plummy, lots of blackberries, blueberries. That should be the first thing that jumps out at you in the glass. And then also the freshness and the herbaceousness. Sometimes if it's not a particularly warm vintage out there, it can even go in the direction of being very green, herbally almost. But in this case, 2007 was a very stellar warm vintage, so you get the ripe fruit flavors while still getting that nice freshness and brightness of the wine that you want for the dish. Do you get some pepper there as well? A little bit of spice?
Not yet. Oh, okay, now it's coming from the back.
Now it's coming. Yeah. That's going to be from some of the varietals in the wine, not so much from the oak. It's got very little oak.
What's the percentage of the Merlot here?
About 74%.
That's why
it's primarily Merlot. Yeah.
All right, so why don't we try this one together?
Okay, so the lamb. Obviously, you're going to want to taste the lamb first. Let's cut a couple of pieces for you as well. So the lamb itself is going to be grassy, juicy. I'm definitely going to want something to complement that component. So in the wine itself, you've got that nice, juicy, fresh, smooth quality that pairs well with that grassy, just delicate lamb character as well.
Yeah, there's buttery notes to it.
It does see a little bit of oak, so that's typically representation of something that's happened in the winemaking. Gives it a little bit of a creamy, buttery character.
Right.
And if you try it, for example, with the mushroom as well, that's something that's definitely going to be creamy. And buttery, such a little thing, has so much flavor. That's more of a contrast. So the butteriness in the mushroom brings out the acidity in the wine and cleans it up. That works as a contrast. It complements the lamb and it works as a contrast for the mushroom.
Right, that's the thing. Yeah.
So it definitely brings out different things in the wine.